Hey, it's Secretary Pete here, and today marks 1 year since the bipartisan infrastructure deal was signed into law by President Biden, making once-in-a-generation investments to rebuild America's aging infrastructure and modernize the transportation systems that people rely on every day. We are fixing basic things that everyone needs: safer roads, less congestion on commutes, public transit that's more accessible and reliable. And we're building for the future with electric vehicle charging infrastructure, bridges that are more resilient against increasingly extreme weather, and more. In just the first year, we have thousands of projects underway. And as the Secretary of Transportation, I have traveled across the country to listen to the people and the communities that are at the center of our work. Today, I want to share a little bit of some of the things I have seen and heard on the road. Let's get started. 1. In West Tulsa, Oklahoma, there's a community that was cut in two by the construction of US 75. Today, that means people have to go way out of their way to get to the grocery store, the library, or to downtown Tulsa. We're elevating a small section of the highway and building a road under it so that people can drive, walk, or bike safely and efficiently. We expect that people will save 2 million hours of travel time because of this project. 2. In Tucson, Arizona, the 22nd Street Bridge is part of a critical corridor between downtown and a number of communities to the east. But since 2005, weight restrictions on the bridge due to its condition have forced heavy vehicles to detour. We're helping build a new bridge that'll allow buses, trucks, and emergency vehicles to cross, saving people valuable time, reducing pollution in residential neighborhoods, and improving safety for drivers, people who walk or bike, and anyone who counts on an ambulance. 3. At the Port of Los Angeles, our nation's largest trade gateway, we are building a new 4-lane road and bridge over the rail line, allowing both trucks and trains to move safely and freely. These improvements could reduce trucking delays by almost 2,500 truck hours per day, will allow freight trains to move goods more efficiently, and ultimately help reduce shipping costs, which is good news for all of us. 4. In recent years, the desert city of Fernley, Nevada has found their unique strength: logistics, warehousing, and manufacturing. They attracted the Victory Logistics District Industrial Park, which is already a big win for the people in this region. But to make the most of this expanding logistics district, they need to improve their transportation infrastructure. We're helping complete the Nevada Pacific Parkway with industrial access to this site, and creating an inland port with freight rail access to reduce the cost of shipping and support jobs throughout the region. 5. In the city of Detroit, when I-375 was built, the construction of that roadway damaged and demolished neighborhoods. To this day, I-375 divides communities of color and low-income families from the main business district. But we're helping to transform the freeway into a boulevard that is going to reconnect the community, reduce congestion and crashes on nearby roads, and create new economic opportunities for residents of the area. 6. The town of Berlin, New Hampshire has been underinvested in for a long time, but we are supporting them now in creating new, community-friendly and business-friendly downtown streetscapes. As part of that, we're also going to help them deal with all of the snow that they have to plow every winter. There's a biomass power plant nearby that produces excess heat, but now they're going to be able to pump that heat under the streets and sidewalks downtown, helping to melt the snow preemptively so that drivers are safer, small businesses can serve customers year-round, and taxpayers can spend less on plowing and snow removal. 7. We all know just how important travel is to the economy of Florida. The Orlando International Airport serves as a gateway for tourism, the community's main economic driver. We're further expanding that airport's new Terminal C, which is going to mean more gates, a better passenger experience, including for those with disabilities, and lots of good-paying jobs and opportunities across the region. 8. In the Midwest, in the heart of South Minneapolis, Minnesota, it has been a tough several years for the community around Lake Street. The injustice of George Floyd's murder, the pain and loss that followed, highlighted the urgent need for economic revitalization in this area. We're helping rebuild the Lake Street corridor with a dedicated bus lane to improve transit options and road improvements so that it's safer for pedestrians to walk. 9. At the small Tell City Riverport in southern Indiana, we're helping to build a new pier that's going to make it easier and more efficient to move pig iron off of barges coming up the river and up to the foundry nearby where over 1,000 people work. And 10. All over the country, we are making the biggest investments in passenger rail since Amtrak was created in the first place, delivering the world-class train service that Americans deserve. These are all just a few examples of the thousands of projects happening across the country thanks to President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. And there's a lot more over the horizon. This is just 1 year since the bipartisan infrastructure law went into effect, and I can't wait to share with you more exciting projects that are going to benefit even more Americans in the years to come.